Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about a tipsy duck and a monkey that falls from the sky. Want to know what happens next? Buckle up. At night, heavy rain poured down, and the river rose like a dangerous bath. If they continued, they might star in Survivor Water Edition. Kang suggested a route change, but Jack, missing the blood orchid's bloom means a 7-year wait. You can't, so no more talk. Add another 50 grand to King and keep it hush-hush. With that kind of cash, what could King say? They had to risk it. Next morning, rain ceased, fog rolled in, and the river raged with floating logs. The engine got stuck on a log, and King slowed for safety as Sloth Mobile. But disaster struck. They aimed for a side route to the river, but the steering wheel got jammed and led them straight into a trap. Worse, a waterfall appeared ahead. King braked instantly, thrilled. But the fishing boat stalled, and they were about to plummet down the waterfall, with everyone frantically grabbing hold, probably setting a new scream. The next moment, the whole boat was shoved over the waterfall. Luckily, the boat may have been wrecked, but no one was hurt, and a few folks swam to shore like drowned rats, oblivious to the giant cat lurking below. Times Earl, after landing, all blamed King for braving danger. He silently drank bitter soup. Times L, all equipment was destroyed, food and water lost, but thankfully a satellite phone remained. Kang called for help as if signaling aliens. They agreed to meet at the river, and Kang led them through dense jungle, which felt like a challenge straight out of a survival game. Complaints echoed as Sayo teased the blonde girl, aiming for the title King of Humor, completely unaware he was standing on a ticking time bomb. An adventurous crew crossed a river, still unaware they were on a one-way trip. The little monkey in the tree suddenly looked. Turns out a giant predator was lurking nearby, but Kang thought the monkey was just clowning around, and everyone shrugged it off. Suddenly, Sayo stopped, shouting, "Something slid past my leg. Sounds like a superhero transformation." Others rushed over nervously, yet Kang thought a fish was watching, and told everyone to relax. "This is really dangerous," Sayo muttered to himself, secretly hoping not to become the king of holding breath. The creepy dude at the back made weird noises to scare the girl, but in the end, he scared himself. The girl realized it was not normal to hold your breath for so long in water. Others heard the noise, returned, and searched for the breath-holding king, but chaos broke out before they surfaced. Everyone freaked out, and screams echoed as they obediently ran to the shore. The terrifying scene scared everyone. Girls trembled violently, and Sayo yelled angrily it was the biggest snake they'd ever seen. Some people began to back off, so Kang started sharing cool facts about the giant beast's habits to ease the fear. Giant snakes like this have territories. No others appear within kilometers. They've just eaten, needing a week to digest. So we're safe for now. But the girl worried they shouldn't search for the blood orchid anymore, while Jack was not ready to. They bickered back and forth until they compromised to first get on the rescue boat before reorganizing the team to avoid making mistakes. So everyone braved up and took a detour to the meeting point. No huge beasts, but still tough. At that moment, Lao suddenly stopped Sayo, spotting a huge horsefly on his neck as if it was an alien visitor. Sayo got so excited he started bouncing around, but Ken calmed him down, which sparked a bob party instead. Ken used a lighter to fry it off, and the horsefly was removed. Unexpectedly, Sayo finally breathed a sigh of relief. The sight made everyone shudder, and they began checking their own clothes for any other little critters. However, the challenges in the jungle were far from over. Lao took off his shoes to check, but when he was about to put them back on, Ainan stopped him just in time. Ainan took Lao's shoes, tapped gently, and out popped a huge venomous spider, startling everyone back. If that thing bit anyone, they'd either become Spider-Man or transform into a monster muncher. Ainan was ready to smash it, but Jack swooped in first, lured by the spider's potential medicinal value. Taking it back would mean a new project for the company. The rescuing elder hummed, utterly carefree. Suddenly, the boat hit something, swaying violently, unaware a horrific predator was watching him closely. Soon, he sensed danger, and a giant python attacked him from behind like a ninja slitherer. Next, he was pulled under the water, scaring the boat away. As the team neared the river, they suddenly heard an explosion. They hurried over, but when they arrived, all they found was a pile of smoldering wreckage. The rescuers were nowhere to be found, and they fell into despair once again. They questioned Kang about the next step, and after some thought, Kang decided they needed to help themselves and gather useful supplies. Ainan found hunting signs indicating there was a village of indigenous hunters nearby. If they could find them, they could borrow a boat to escape. Time was of the essence, and they set off immediately, but searching for the indigenous tribe in the jungle was like looking for a needle. However, they found their first teammate's body, panicking everyone as King sensed trouble. He warned everyone that a python would only regurgitate its food when threatened, meaning there were more than one giant python lurking. He guessed it's mating season. Males gather to vie for females, a love battle. The whole adventure felt like a perilous game with no light in sight. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to follow our wondrous adventures.